Hello.
Okay. Thank you. It's there already, I think. Thank you. I think in last session we were in 12.7, subsection 7, right? In last class. Okay, fine. But before that, we will see in place of supply how many sections are there. So the place of supply, the sections are from 10 to 13. So section 10 and 11 is for goods and 12, 13 is for services. Sahib, you are in online. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we actually we have seen already in section 12 subsection 7. Just to recapitulate, I'm just go through all those sections from 10 to 13. So in the recent question papers also which I have seen, there is questions for the place of supply, and this has been asked for 7 marks. So it's place of supply, which is also very important part for us. So section 10 to 13, which is for the place of supply, 10 and 11 is for goods, and 12 and 13 is for services. So we are bifurcating section 10 into 5 subsections, and in the section 10 itself we have subsection 2, which is residuary class, and in section 11 you have place of supply of goods imported into or exported from India. You can see the difference. What is section 10 and what is section 11? Section 10 is for supply of goods other than goods imported into or exported from India. It is other than goods imported into or exported from India. But section 11 is for imported into supply of goods imported into or exported from India. And section 12 and 13, which is for services. So if you see the previous slide, services compared to goods is very important. Goods, we can see the destination based. So we can identify the place of supply for goods, but the services are it is some complications are there. Why? Because earlier we go to bank directly for any transactions, but now in online we are doing lot of transactions. Same way, our mobile, where we are changing our address, and we are converting the postpaid into prepaid, and the ticket booking on online. So many, it's a lot of, and the change in the address is also happening. So services are more complicated compared to services are more complicated compared to goods. So that's why there is a, if you see the sections, for section 12 and 13, it is fully for service related only. So the location of supplier of service and location of recipient of service in India, it is under section 12, and the location of supply of services, where the location of supplier of service and the recipient of services outside India, it's under section 13. So we have 4 main sections in place of supply, and in section 10 we have 2 subsections. One is subsection 1 and subsection 2. In subsection 1 we have 5 major clauses, that is supply involving movement of goods. Second one is goods delivered on bill to ship to model, and supply not involving movement of goods, and the goods assembled or installed at the site, and the goods supplied on board a conveyance. These are the 5 major heads in subsection 1 of section 10. These we are just recapitulating, which we have seen in our previous class. And section 11. So here if you see under section 11 we have discussed the goods imported into or exported from India. So that section 11 we have again 2 subsections like A and B. So A is about where the importer is located, and B is about where the goods are exported, that is destination outside India. So place of supply is also I have mentioned there. So whenever you are importing any goods into India, then the place of supply is where the importer is located. So if the goods are exported from India, in that case the place of supply is where the goods are exported, that is destination outside India. So we have section 12 and 3. So now this is very important and major here. So if you see the difference, what is 12 and 13? 12 and 13 deals with the services. In 12 you can see the location of supplier of service and the recipient of service in India, and 13 is outside India. So you can see in section 12 we have many subsections. From subsection 2 till we have subsection 14 are there. So subsection 2 is the default provision. Suppose 3 to 14, if we are not able to identify the place of supply, then we should go with what subsection 2 says. So subsection 2, the place of supply of service is also mentioned there. If he is a registered person, then location of the person receiving services. If he is an unregistered person and the address exists, then in that case location of unregistered person. And if he is an unregistered person and the address is not there, then it is location of supplier of services. So same way you can see for all the subsections. And last time we have seen, I think till I'm not sure. Okay. We will see some few examples for section 12 subsection 3. Section 3 subsection 3 section 12 is for the immovable property or lodging accommodation in a hotel, boat or vessel. That is, if he is from India, then in that case location or intended location of such movable property, boat or vessel. If the person is outside India, then the location of the recipient. So we will see a simple example here. I am in our study material. I think my screen is still on the PPT. So this is for subsection 3. Mr. X located in Chennai engaged the services of Mr. Y, an architect in Chennai. X request him to make design of residential complex to be constructed in Cochin, Kerala. Y provided drawing and design services in relation to immovable property located at Cochin. In that case, we should identify what will be the place of supply of service and levy of tax. So what the section says, it is location or intended location of such immovable property. So here our intended location is which place? It is Cochin. Hence the place of supply is Cochin, and in that case Chennai to Cochin the IGST tax is applicable. And next one, same way we can refer with the examples, and then we will go to that another important problems also in our same material. We will try to solve that as well now. Subsection 4. Subsection 4 is for the restaurant and catering services, personal grooming, fitness or the beauty and health service. So in that case, our place of supply of services actually performed. You can see here, services actually performed. So we'll see a simple example of this. Mr. Nawab, a person staying at Dubai, trained for the purpose of grooming of cars in Chennai. In that case, the place of supply of services, it is Chennai, because the section says where the services are actually performed. So then we are into the 12 subsection 5. So in 12 subsection 5, it is about training and performance appraisal services. Training and performance appraisal services, we have two things there, B2B and B2C. So B2B, business to business, then that is if to the service receiver is also a registered person, so we call them as B2B. So if he is an unregistered person, or he'll be the B2C, like a individual also you can call it as an individual. B2C is where the service is actually performed. So here we'll see for the training and performance appraisal, Mr. A at Kolkata provides training at Kolkata to employees of Infosys Limited, which is registered at Mumbai. So if the Infosys is a registered person, if he is not a registered person, so in that case, if he is a registered person, location of such person. So they provide training at Kolkata to employees, so it is Mumbai. So the place of supply of service in the first, if he is a registered person, then location of the such person is the place of supply. So hence here Mumbai, and the IGST tax is payable. And for the next case, if he is an unregistered person, then where the service is actually performed, that will be the our place of supply. In this particular case, Kolkata is there, and and CGST, SGST taxes applicable. So the next one, I think we have seen this as well. So moving on to subsection 6. So what is subsection 6 is admission to events, amusement parks, other places. So in that case, where the event is actually held, or where the park or other place is located. Where the event is actually held, or where the park or other place is located. So we'll see solve the few examples of subsection 6. Board of Control for Cricket in India, located at Mumbai, sold tickets online for IPL match is going to conduct at Chepauk Stadium, Chennai. However, finally match conduct at Mumbai. Find the place of supply of service of admission to sporting event. So where the event is actually held, so that place of supply is Mumbai, and here, and Mumbai to Mumbai, it is intrastate supply, CGST, IGST, CGST, SGST taxes applicable. So these are simple just for our reference, and we have problems also in detailed manner. So that also we will see. The organization of events. Subsection 7 is organization of events. So what are the services considered here? Cultural, artistic, sporting, scientific, educational, entertainment event. And what is entertainment event? Supply of services in relation to conference, fair, exhibition, celebration or similar events. So in that case, what is our place of supply? If he is a registered person, location of the person receiving services. If he is an unregistered person, where the event is held. And if the event held outside, then in that case, location of the recipient. We'll see simple examples of this case. Mr. D of Delhi, an event organizer, hosted an exhibition at Mumbai. To exhibit the products of exhibitor, namely Chennai Silks, Chennai is a registered person. In that case, the location of the recipient, service recipient, is our place of supply. Hence, IGST is applicable. So simple examples are there. Mr. C of Chennai, an event organizer, hosted exhibition at Dhaka to exhibit the products of exhibitor located Chennai. So the place of supply will be location of the service recipient. CGST, IGST, it is not applicable by Mr. C, as the services by an organizer to any person in respect of business exhibition held outside India. So I think now the exemption, GST exemption, we have to go through, and then we will come to know for what are the services the GST it is not it is exempted. So in that case, the business exhibition, if held outside India, it is exempted. We have to refer entry number 52. So before I move on to the next topic, I'll share you, though here it is mentioned hosted an exhibition at Dhaka. Our section 12, if you see, it is what is the difference between 12 and 13? 12 is location of the supplier of service and the recipient of service in India, whereas 13 is, if you see the last line, either of the two persons, supplier or recipient, is outside India, then section 13 is applicable. 12, 13 both are for service related only. What is the difference between 12 and 13? Here both the supplier and the recipient are in India. In 13 both of them are outside India. So but in this particular example we are seeing that it is Dhaka, but the event organizer is from which place? He is from Chennai. So that is why here our section 12 is applicable. So then here the place of supply is location of the service recipient, and the GST is, why it is not applicable? Because as per the exemption notification, for the business exhibition any held outside India, then it is exempted. So that's why in this particular case the GST is not applicable. We'll see one, okay, this is this have you seen in Inter, the proportionate basis? Don't remember. Okay, fine. See, there are questions also like the times group. It may be something which is new. You might have not seen in Inter, I'm not sure, but we will see this problem because this type of questions have also been asked. The times group, being an event organizer located at New Delhi, organized Miss India 2017 beauty pageant in India in the following cities for Mrs. Femina, Miss India, a registered person. Mrs. Femina, Miss India is a registered person located in India. Find the place of supply of service if contract specifies clear details. Find the place of supply of service if contract specifies lump sum amount of 48 crores. So here what difference it makes, there is a section clause A and B, what it says, where the event is held in more than one state. So if the event has been organized in multiple states, so which state, how much GST they have to bear? So how we need to identify? So here there is it is mentioned in proportion to the value of for services separately. So here in our particular example case, so we have to, they have already mentioned how many days the event has been conducted and what is the fee for each cities. So now how much CGST, SGST or IGST, first let me fix on the what is our place of supply. So for the first case, the New Delhi, and then for the both, the event organizer is also from New Delhi, and the city where that competition is there, it is also New Delhi. So hence the place of supply of services New Delhi. In the first case, CGST, SGST tax is applicable. In the second case, New Delhi and Chennai. So Chennai IGST, but the place of supply of service, we have seen it where the respective, that is where the event is held. So here where the event is held is Chennai, and in the third case it's Mumbai, and the location is Mumbai. So it is IGST taxes applicable. So how we are for the first question, if contract specifies clear details. So here we know it is 12, 18, 20, the total comes to 50. And so we are just plotting the numbers and closed it. For the second case, they have given the lump sum amount as 48 crores. So 48 crores means what? The place of supply of service. How we are going to bifurcate into number of days. So in the first case, so 48 crores is there, and the number of days we know it. So 48 into 12 divided by 50. So on this proportion only we need to identify the what is the tax payable amount. We need to find the tax payable amount here. So in crores means we in the problem it is already given 48 crores, and the number of days, that will be our proportion. So 48 into 12 divided by 50. So we will get the GST payable amount, that is based on this 11.52. We will be paying the CGST and SGST because the contract value is 48 crores. So if you take this 48 crores into, if you take 48 into 12 divided by 50, you will get this 11.52. The same is mentioned here. And what is 48? 48, it is the contract signed. So 48 into, the next one is the number of days is for 18 days, into 18 divided by 50. So you will get the 17.28. So the Chennai city will pay the IGST amount on the value of 17.28, because we are proportioning the amount based on the number of days the event has happened in each city. So the proportionate is something different in the place of supply. So this type of questions has been asked earlier. So now we are into subsection 12, subsection 8 of section 12. So what is about subsection 8? It is transportation of goods including mail or courier. So in case of registered person, the location of the person receiving services. In case of unregistered person, the place of supply will be location of the goods which are handed over for their transportation. So 8 is transportation of goods. The transportation either including mail or it includes courier also. There we are seeing two, registered person and the unregistered person. So we will see with simple examples here. Mrs. Navata, a transporter registered under GST, located in Vijayawada. Mrs. C Limited of Chennai, registered under GST, received services from Navata for transport of goods from its warehouse in Vijayawada to Guntur. Navata delivered the goods at Guntur. Find the place of supply of service and GST. Whether your answer different if he is not a registered person. So always remember, if he is a registered person, what is the place of supply of service, and if he is an unregistered person, then what is the place of supply of service. So in this case, the first one is it is already given registered under GST. So the location of the recipient is Chennai. So he is also a registered. So the place of supply is Chennai and they are liable to pay IGST. And for the second case, if he is not a registered person, so where the goods are handed over, that is the place of supply of service. So where the goods are handed over here, it is Vijayawada. So why we are calling this as a service? We are seeing about the transportation services for the transportation of goods, including mail or courier. So thus for the second case, if he is an unregistered person, in that case where the goods are handed over, so goods are handed over in Vijayawada and the place of supply is Vijayawada, and here CGST, SGST is applicable. Second case, we are seeing multiple in the same, we are seeing different scenarios here. Mrs. DHL Courier, registered under GST and located in Mumbai, provided transportation of documents like check, promissory notes, pay orders, which cannot be considered as goods. That's why very important, we should know what is the definition for the goods and services. So if you see here, the movable property other than money and securities. So very important that definition is. So here they have given in the within bracket, which cannot be considered as goods. So sometimes within the bracket what is given may not be there in our final questions. Belonging to Mr. C of Chennai, from Mumbai to Chennai. Mr. C is the registered person under GST. So they have mentioned the answer, but if you see below note, these cannot be considered as goods. So the place of supply of services, it is as per section 12 subsection 2. So we have already seen also what is section 12 subsection 2. So what is subsection 2 of section 12? Which talks about the default provision. So wherever from 3 to 14, the subsections where 3 to 14 where we couldn't able to apply, we should follow subsection 12 subsection 2 of section 12. So in that case, if he is a registered person, then location of the person receiving services. If he is an unregistered person, then we should see two things. One is whether his address exists, whether his address not exist. So location of the unregistered person and the location of the supplier of services. So in this question, it is the same. For the below cases, we don't apply section 8, subsection 8 of section 12. If you see the supply of services, how it is done by DHL courier service. So first case, recipient of service is who? Mr. C of Chennai. We are considering the scenario as C is a registered person. If he is a registered person, in that case, location of the person receiving services. So where is the location? It is Chennai. So the place of supply is Chennai. If C is of Chennai, unregistered person, his address is available in the books of DHL. So in that case also, recipient of service. Only in the last case where the address is not available, it is location of the supplier of service. Who is the supplier of service? Mumbai. So the DHL courier registered under Mumbai. and we need to mention why we have not considered subsection 8 and we have considered subsection 2, because these check promissory notes or pay orders cannot be considered as goods. So next one is subsection 9, which is passenger transportation service. So what does, we'll see in elaborate what is passenger transportation service related to, and then we have, if he, again with the three classifications, if he is a registered person, if he is an unregistered person, if the address exists in the records, if the address not exist in the records. So that we should see, we should always remember these three things. First, in case of registered person, passenger transportation service related it is, and if he is a registered person, where the passenger embarks on the conveyance for a continuous journey. If the train starts from Mumbai and ends to Kashmir, so if it is on the way is Pune, if I am boarding into Pune, then it is mentioned where the passenger embarks, so where I get into the train. So if I am getting into train in Pune station, then the place of supply of services Pune, where the passenger embarks on the conveyance for a continuous journey. So now we'll see with the example, because this is very interesting one, the passenger transportation service. So it includes what are the vehicles. So rail, monorail, metro rail, road, air, vessel, boat, cycle, rickshaw, bullock cart, camel, etc. So if it is provided to a registered person, so location of the recipient of service, and the unregistered, in that case passenger embarks on the continuous journey. So we will see what here we have the definition of continuous journey is there. So first we will see the definition. A journey for which single or more than one ticket or invoice issued at the same time, either by a single supplier of service or through an agent acting on behalf of more than one supplier of service, and which involves no stopover between any of the legs of the journey. One or more separate tickets or invoices are issued. So we have what is that meaning for stopover. So stopover means what? A place where a passenger can disembark either to transfer to another conveyance or break his journey for a certain period of time, in order to resume it at a later point of time. So suppose if there is there will be a if suppose somebody is traveling from Mumbai to USA, so from here to Singapore there will be a break, and then they have to get into some connecting flights and all. So the stopover means where the passenger can disembark. So here all are very good examples are there for more our clarification. Mr. Ram, working in Infosys company, having office in Bangalore, is registered under GST. Mr. Ram purchased a ticket from Hyderabad for transportation passenger by air from Hyderabad to Chennai. Mr. Ram discloses the name of the organization and its registration number and the place where the organization is registered. Oh, sorry, my screen has not changed over. Yeah, I am in this example. Mr. Ram, working in Infosys company, having office in Bengaluru, is registered under GST, and Ram purchased the ticket from Hyderabad for transportation passenger by air from Hyderabad to Chennai. Mr. Ram discloses the name of the organization and its registration number and the place where the organization is registered. Supplier of service is located at Hyderabad. So place of supply of service and the GST liability we need to mention here. So when he disclosed the organization, in the organization he is having the GST registration number as well. So in that case, the place of supply of services, location of the recipient of service. So Bangalore is the location of the recipient of service, and here IGST is liable to pay by the air travel operator. In the second case, whether if he is not disclosed his name of name of the organization, in that case where the passenger embarks on the continuous journey, when he board into the flight, the place where he board into the flight. So where he boarded, it is in the place in Hyderabad. So here in that case it is CGST SGST taxes applicable. Here it is in the next example you can see the connectivity of the flights, like if the person is traveling from Delhi to London, so whether any stopover is there. So that is very important in the next example. Jet Air registered under GST and located in Mumbai operates flight from Delhi to Dubai, London to Dubai and then return to Delhi. Mr. Rafi, who is unregistered person, he purchased the air ticket for Delhi to London. 2 tickets are issued to him showing Delhi to Dubai with a halt at Dubai for 5 hours and then it starts from Dubai to London. So we know it is a place of embark. So in this particular case, it is a you have seen here the stopover also. So in that particular case, how we can identify the place of supply of service? So place of supply of service here is place where the person embark. So here it is Delhi and they are liable to pay IGST in this case. It is a continuous journey and the place of embarking who is an unregistered person is relevant here. The below is also like a round trip. We call it as a round trip, like Mumbai to Delhi and then Delhi to Mumbai. In that case, what is the place of supply of service and which GST is applicable, we should identify here. That is place of supply is Mumbai and the GST applicable, if you see Mumbai and then the person is also from Mumbai, so it is intrastate supply, so CGST SGST. And the second case, if the place of supply only Mr. Rafi who is unregistered and again from Delhi to Mumbai. So Delhi to Mumbai, it is IGST is applicable. Why? Because he is an unregistered person here. So I think only 4 are there in the section 12. So section 10 is supply of service on board a conveyance. Location of first scheduled point of departure of that conveyance for the journey. So location of the first scheduled point. A movie on demand as on board entertainment during Delhi to Chennai leg of Dubai Delhi Chennai flight. Find the place of supply of service. Here we are seeing about service means vessel, aircraft, train, motor vehicle, these all are included. So what is the place of supply of service? How we will identify the place of supply? Location, the first scheduled point of departure of that conveyance. So from where it is starting? It starts from Dubai. So the place of supply of service is Dubai. It is outside the taxable territory and hence it is not liable to GST. So we should be very careful in finding out the place of supply of service. Even if we are finding, you should mention the section as well. So here in this particular case, it is supply of service on board a conveyance. So they have mentioned in this particular example the entertainment, what time the entertainment started. It is at what that is place during Delhi to Chennai leg of Dubai to Delhi Chennai flight. It started when? During Delhi to Chennai. And the where it gets started, the first scheduled point of that flight from where? It is from Dubai. So which is outside the taxable territory, hence it is not liable to GST. So we have telecommunication services. Telecommunication services, there are it is bifurcated into 4, like fixed line, postpaid, prepaid. Prepaid sold through internet. So location, if it is fixed line, the location where the line is installed. If postpaid, then the billing address. So what is it? If it is a fixed line, then what should be the place of supply? Location where the line is installed. If it is a postpaid connection, so the billing address, that is important. And if it is a prepaid, where the prepaid voucher is sold, and the prepaid sold through internet, then it is the billing address. So in all these cases, if address of the recipient is not available, then location of supplier of service, that is the place of supply. So Mrs. Air call registered under GST and they have located in Chennai. Air call appointed C as a selling agent for supplying prepayment voucher to the subscriber. So it is for the supplying the prepayment voucher. Find the place of supply of service. So in that case, it is where the prepaid voucher is sold. So it is Chennai, hence the place of supply is Chennai and the CGST, SGST tax is applicable. So in case of telecommunication services, we have 4 things to remember. One is fixed line and another is postpaid, prepaid, then prepaid sold through internet. These type of questions may come for 2 marks or the 3 marks, because I have seen some few question papers of last year. So we will discuss on this. I am just consolidating all those recent question papers. So you will also come to know what is the amendment which has happened now in where we have our book is of syllabus 2022. So whatever recent changes has happened, it is not updated, that we have to take it separately. So if you see, even if you have some model question papers already there, you can please share with me. I have also taken from our site few things, both from CA and our CW, both our institutes. So you will work out a lot many problems. So why I am sharing this, because few question papers I have seen the place of supply is there. So directly if I go into the question paper, it will be difficult for answering. So once we have a refresh of those questions, then we can have a look on the previous year's question papers. See, I just have seen those things. So this has been asked in 2023. So we should be very careful, like availing landline services. So this has been asked. So you will not find a single question. There will be multiple like this, and then the question has come for 7 marks. So we will see these questions also tomorrow. And one thing which I need to share also, like we have questions like who are the terms, related person and the distinct persons. So we may not expect that this type of questions also will come in our exams. So I'm just sharing, because each and everything is very important. Related persons and distinct persons they have asked, and this questions is common, which is related to GSTR 9C. They ask for the contents of GSTR 6, 7, 8. That has been continuously asked. And we still have customs also. I just am just sharing this because you will also be aware that these type of questions has been asked in the previous year. So we will try to solve these few repeated questions which we have seen previously, and related to the terms also, like related persons means who are the persons included, what is the section which has been defined in the related persons, and same way in case of distinct persons also I'll prepare some easiest way where you will easily remember the terms of both, and we will discuss in tomorrow's class. I think only 10 minutes more, so we will see complete the other 3 cases also. Financial and stock broking services, insurance services we have, and advertisement service to government. So if you see the previously the telecommunication service is there. Again what we have seen just now, like the fixed line where the line is installed. So we may not expect these things, but these type of questions also will come in our exams. So for easy reference, I will I think in our last class also I am supposed to share the PPT. I am just preparing which will be for your easy notes. So you also not required to spend much time. If you are okay with these notes, you can continue, or let me know which will be easy for your study purpose. We'll share in that way. I will add some few points and then we'll share you today or tomorrow. Now we will see about the section 12. What is section 12 says? Supply of banking and NBFC service, including stock broking services. So in that case, what is our place of supply of service? So the location of the recipient of service on the records of the supplier of service, otherwise it is supplier of service. So there the address, if the address exists, then what we should, how we can treat it. If the address is not maintained in the record, how we can treat it. Mr. Harsha, being a registered stockbroker at BSE, located in Mumbai, he has clients in Chennai, Kolkata, Bengaluru. He purchases and sells shares of clients located in Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore. Find the place of supply of service and GST liability. So what we have seen, it is again two repeated one only. If the address is there, if the address is not there. So he is a registered stockbroker and he has clients also in different states. And in that case, location of the recipient of service. So he purchases and sells shares of clients located in the Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore. Suppose if you have some confusions, you read the questions properly, where he is registered and the address is maintained. If it is there, you can go with your answers. If you are still not able to bifurcate, like address exists in the records of the supplier, if the address is not there, you mention both the things, like the place of supply of services, address exists. If address not exist, put both the answers, and then it will be easy that you have not missed anything. Then the next one is insurance services. If to a registered person, then the service recipient is the place of supply and if he to a person other than the registered person, in that case location of the recipient of services on the records of supplier of service. So here X Limited factory in Cochin, Chennai, Vijayawada, Hyderabad and office in Bangalore. So he is having offices in multiple places, and X Limited obtains insurance for the assets located in all these places, but the insurance company is in Delhi. So in that case, the premium receipt issued by the insurance company to the Bangalore office, find the place of supply of service and GST liability. So if you see the service, first be careful in considering. In hurry you will consider service recipient as provider, provider as recipient. Once you have once you have noted the question in your work paper or in your answer sheet, please mention who is the service provider and the service provider's place of place and the service recipient and his place. So you will be confident in getting clarity of service receiver and provider, because it happens multiple times. Who is the provider, who is the receiver, whose place? It creates confusion in the exam tensions sometimes. So clearly mention those things correctly, then it will be easy. So here to place of supply is which one? In this particular scenario, it is the Bangalore. Why? Because it is the location of the recipient of the service. Though he has factory, he has his plant, manufacturing units in Cochin, Chennai, Vijayawada and Hyderabad. But the corporate office which is in Bangalore, that is like a head office. Now the premium, the insurance copy which is sent to which location? It is sent to Bangalore office. Hence here the insurance company, if you see, it is from Delhi and the receipt has been sent to Bangalore, that is their head office. The high GST is applicable. Then place of advertisement. The last one here is advertisement services. So what is something new in the advertisement services? So the services, it is provided to the central, state government, statutory body, local authority. So the recent which I have noted is that this ministers, the housing for the housing loan related some yojana is there. So for that, if there is the advertisement services are provided, in that case what is the place of supply of service? So supply of services, location in each of such states, that is the place of supply of service. The value of such supplies to each state shall be in proportion to amount attributable to service provided by way of dissemination in the respective states. So how proportionate means how we can bifurcate, the same we need to identify here. Below simple example, government has hired 200 hoardings in Lakshadweep and 175 in Chennai for providing advertisement of gas subsidy, and the contract contains consideration for these hoardings separately. Then the hoarding services supplied by X Limited located in Hyderabad. Find the supply of place of supply of service and GST. So the hoardings means it's like some cutout kind of advertisement or banner like it. So they have hired 200 hoardings in Lakshadweep and 175 in Chennai. So what we have seen for the place of supply, located in each of such states, that is location in each of such states. So both locations are there, Lakshadweep and Chennai. So and where is it, X Limited, where he is located, the services supplied by whom? It is by X Limited and he is located in Hyderabad. Hence IGST is applicable for this particular case. So we have some idea. We will see tomorrow how much we have understood from this. So if any doubt is there, please let me know, because we will parallelly see our previous year question papers as well. And customs also we are yet to start. We will start it parallelly. And we have still in this place of supply of service itself, section 13 is there. So and sorry today because of this connectivity issue not able to start on time, but tomorrow by sharp 6:30 we will start our class on time, because we have huge things to complete. And if you see my screen, we have section 13 is also there, which is outside India. I have just prepared this particular slide like subsection wise. So for easy study purpose, I will try to consolidate whichever sections we have, like where the address exists, where the address not exist, or which are the two subsections where the place of supply of service is common. Like for example, if you see for the financial and the stock broking services, if addresses exist, then the location of the recipient service. If addresses not exist, then the supplier of service. Similar kind you can see in the other passenger transportation service also. There also you can see the address exists, if the address is not exist. Same way I will try to add subsection 12:12 and subsection 12:9, where you have to use the same place of supply. Then we will see, I'm not starting section 13 now, but you can have a glance of place of supply of, it is related to section 13, that is place of supply of services on goods on individual, then services supplied directly in, sorry, I think it's hanging so many times. Okay. Again, if you see, it is also like a section 12 only. We have in section 13 also default section. Again, default section meaning what? From subsection 2, subsection 3 to 13, if we are not able to apply, in that case we should go with default section. And then we have subsection 3, 4 till 13, and we have the similar kind only, like immovable property and organization of specified services, transportation, passenger transportation, boat conveyance. Previously in section 12 we have seen in India only. Now it is these types of scenarios. If it happens outside India, then in that particular case, what should be considered as a place of supply? If you see this last line here, either of the two persons, supplier or recipient, is outside India, then in that case, how we can identify the place of supply? So we will see this in detailed tomorrow, and we have to first complete our previous year's questions. We will see that the question paper of December 23 place of supply is there. We'll try to solve this problem tomorrow, and then some related persons and distinct persons are there. And this question, this very easy one, we have seen in our first or the second class also, like composite and mixed supply. And friends, if you all see the marks which has been asked for 7 marks it is. So we may be thinking like so composite and mixed supplies, very simple and easy, and but what are the points which we should deliver in the exams? That will take some time. Only continuous study will help us what should write in the composite and the mixed supply. So like this you can easily note, like 2 or more supplies naturally bundled, what is the example, and what is our principal tax rate is very important for composite. Tax liability is the principal supply, here the highest tax rate. So these things are expected here in this particular question. And we have all know it is 1 mark, that MCQs is for 15, and 2 marks each it is. So whatever we have seen, like a time of supply or the scope of supply, we will try separately take those questions. And in the scope itself we still have composition scheme. So composite and mixed supplies are different, and the composition scheme also very important. And in the 2024 also this has been asked, I think in model question papers. See, if you see here that mixed supply related has been continuously, it is asked. So here also time of supply, if you see, it is for 7 marks. So the time of supply which we have seen already, but I'm not sure we will be remembering all those points. So whichever is earlier, that we should check, we should know what are the 3 things which we should consider for the different types of scenarios, and out of that which one is earlier, that we should treat it as a time of supply. And this problem is also has come for 7 marks. So we will solve like time of supply, place of supply, composite and mixed supplies at difference, distinct persons and related persons. So one by one if you go through, it will give some confidence, so it will be easy to solve our exams also. Here one more is also related to the same, but it's like a case law where we need to mention to the AR. And sure all, tomorrow sharp 6:30 we will start, and sorry today we couldn't able to start on time, and tomorrow we will start sharp by 6:30, and we will first focus on the previous year's question paper problems, and then we will try to complete, and I hope tomorrow we should be able to be closing this place of supply, because still we have to go through the valuation and input tax credit. So once we are okay with this first 5 chapters which are important, next are related to the GST returns, e-way bill, and other returns, e-way bill, and customs also is there. Customs will not take much time. We will try to close customs early as possible, that also. And we'll meet you all tomorrow 6:30. Good night all. Most of the time getting wasted in this connection. It was there in the intro, so what?